If you're a guy over 30 who can't lose his belly because you just can't find that consistent routine in terms of going to the gym, or even you go to the gym, you still can't lose that fat, even though you work out 3 to 4 times per week, I'm gonna tell you why walking is gonna be a game changer for you in 2026 and how you can finally shred that belly for good. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, the number one reason why walking is going to win in 2026 to shred your belly is because it has a high compliance. Now, what do most guys do wrong? And maybe you can relate to this. We start a gym routine, we stop a gym routine, and we kind of go through that vicious cycle, right? We get busy, we get stressed, and we just kind of lose that motivation. Because I don't know about you, like even right now in Canada, it's snowing basically every single day in this winter, and it's just really not motivating to drive to the gym, especially for a lot of guys. But what can we do? We can walk for 30 minutes every single day, right? Like that sounds a lot more motivating opposed to getting your gym gear, driving 20 minutes in bad weather, getting changed, working out for an hour, driving back. It just chews up so much time in our day. But most guys can easily put aside 30 minutes a day to walk. And one of the biggest reasons we fail with our fitness and fat loss goals is because we can't sustain what we're doing. But if you can walk 30 minutes every single day, that's going to be the game changer for you. And that's going to make you lose and actually keep the fat off for life. Now, in a perfect world, we do want to combine strength training with walking. So if you don't want to drive the gym or you don't have the time or the motivation, download our free home workouts, the comments below. Combine this with walking, and that's going to shred the fat in 2026. The second reason why walking is going to win in 2026 is because it's so low stress and low impact on the body. Now, a lot of guys, we love to do our cardio or HIIT training, right? So a lot of like jumping around, high intensity work, maybe like super heavy weights. And when we do that, we essentially are shooting our stress hormone cortisol up. Now, that's not a bad thing altogether, but if we combine that with potentially, some lifestyle factors like a lot of stress in our lives, whether it's like work, family related, maybe it's poor sleep, poor recovery, we combine those workouts with some of those lifestyle factors. Well, that's a recipe for disaster in terms of losing the fat. And of course, it's even staying healthy and make sure your body's not completely worn down. But what does walking do? It's essentially super low impact, and most of us can walk 10 to 15,000 steps per day without ever really getting super sore. Like maybe a little bit in the Achilles the older you get, but it's not going to completely wreck your body. So if you guys want to lose the fat, keep it off and stay joint friendly without kind of wrecking, your whole body, make sure you're prioritizing walking over high intensity interval training. The third thing walking is going to do is it's going to help the daily calorie burn add up. Now, I do want to be clear though, exercise only makes up about 5 to 10% of how many calories we burn in a given day. So it's never a good idea to try to out-train a bad diet. But to put this in perspective compared to like cardio, an average like steady state cardio jog, what I mean steady state, just think of like, jogging at a consistent pace and routine for about 20, 25 minutes, it's going to kind of burn about 200 to maybe 300 calories, maybe 350 calories for that session. But if you do 10,000 steps per day, on average, you're probably going to burn between 300 to 500 calories per day. Now, that might not seem like a lot, right? Let's say it's 100, 150 calories difference, but if you do that every single day, it adds up over the long haul. But again, guys, we don't want to focus on this as the main driver, and this is why nutrition obviously plays the majority of a factor in fat loss. But if we combine the walking with our strength training, with of course proper nutrition, this is the best bet for you in 2026 to shred the belly. The fourth reason why walking is going to win is because it doesn't increase your hunger like a typical cardio or high intensity interval session. Now, I don't know about you, but when I played hockey when I was younger, after the games, like I was absolutely starved. So I'd go to home, I would basically eat anything in the house. So even though I had an intense session, I burned a ton of calories, I essentially gained it all right back because I ate a ton of food to compensate for those calories burned. And this is a real thing when it comes to cardio and eating, right? There's obviously move more, eat more. So let's say you even did burn more calories in a very intense, hour and a half high intensity training session. If you burn a lot, your body is going to typically compensate by eating a lot. Or I don't know about you, but if I go for like a 30-minute walk, I'm not really hungry after. I'm not like, oh man, like I got to eat these Pop-Tarts or all this junk food because I'm starved right now. we typically don't get those hunger cravings like after a typical high intensity cardio session, right? So something to consider. And again, this is a reason why walking can actually keep your appetite down in a fat loss phase, which is the name of the game. The fifth reason why, and this kind of ties back into point number 2 a little bit, but you can just recover a lot better. Because if we combine weight training with high intensity interval training, which some of the factors I said before with like poor sleep and a lot of stress in your life, we're simply not going to be able to recover from those workouts. But what you can recover from is if you either just do walking, but more in a perfect world, do 3 to 4, 40 to 45 minute weight training sessions a week. That's how you can recover, opposed to just putting so much stress on your body. Recovery is a real thing, guys. If we don't focus on that, you're gonna be broken down, you're gonna be beat up, you're gonna get frustrated, and you're probably gonna stop that routine and you're gonna lose all motivation, which kind of gets us back to square one. So walking, combining with proper, the 3 to 4 workouts, lifting weights is the best thing you can do for sustainability and to make sure your body isn't broken down. Now, I will say, for us guys, right, we don't want to just lose weights. We want to lose fat, we want to build muscle, and we want to keep the fat off and keep the muscle on for life, right? So if you just walk, like that's great if you combine that with nutrition, but the best thing you can do in a perfect world is you're getting your walking in, you're getting your 3 to 4 workouts in at home if need be for convenience, you're getting your protein up, and obviously you're taking in proper nutrients. If you do these things combined, that's gonna be the best thing for you in terms of getting six-pack abs, actually looking like you lift, and not just looking like a guy who does like a 30-minute jog every single day. Because we just focus on cardio and we really don't implement any things I'm talking about right now, you're gonna lose weight, but it's not gonna be the weight you want, because fat loss is very different than weight loss. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you are walking, even this cold weather, because I'm in Canada right now. It's probably about minus 20 with the wind chill. I'm about to go for a walk, bundle up. What's my Bills podcast? But if you guys are in a cold climate, suck it up, get those steps in. Try to combine it with weight training if you can at home, if you don't have the motivation to go to the gym. And that's how you're going to win in 2026 and finally ditch the belly. Thanks for watching, guys.